What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to I want to make some recent statements that Sue Bird said about the possible expansion of the WNBA and the money, like the money that they're expecting these WNBA players to get. And she said that she thinks that what's going to happen is once the WNBA starts to pay the players better and pay them like, a more fair wage, that's going to cause some of the European players, the players that have chosen not to come to the WNBA before, that's going to be more attractive to them. Right. And so now you're going to get, because some of the best players from Europe they don't really come over to the WNBA because the money is not really attractive enough, right? Although the WNBA is the better league as far as talent is concerned, but the pay is not enough where it would give those players incentive enough to come over here. Whereas though players from here would go over there to supplement their income. So they don't really necessarily have to come because they make enough money over there, whereas though it's not really worth it's not really worth, being away from your family and all that stuff, right? But now that the WNBA is going to be paying their players more money, that's going to bring more talent, right? And one thing that I wanted to speak on that people are not really, this European league, this Pro Am league or whatever, they're calling this league, is going to cause the WNBA to have to expand and merge with, I think, with this European Pro Am league or whatever it's called that's starting up overseas. And the reason I say this is because number one, the European League is already offering a lot of money, to anybody that's coming over and going to participate in this new league. So financially, there's going to be a whole lot of incentive for them to go, to do that. For players from over here to go over there. So right now, what you're having is almost like a bidding war. Like, say for instance, like if this new Pro Am league was able to lure in Caitlin Clark, that would be a big win for them. Not only Caitlin Clark, but other big name WNBA players. If they were to get a couple of those players, that would be, that would be big for them. So what's going to happen is that they're going to lure some players. I'm not sure which one or who they're going to lure, but some of those players are going to go over to this Pro Am league and play because the money is just going to be so attractive. Now, if they go over there and they play and everybody is they're making money and stuff like this, I foresee the WNBA and this league probably merging in a few years. And the reason why I say they're going to merge is because that European market makes the WNBA internet. It opens up more markets to the WNBA and makes them an international attraction, much like the NBA is, right? And I know that all of the NBA teams, with the exception of the Toronto Raptors, are here in the States. But NBA is king as far as basketball. Now, if some of these young ladies start to go over there and they start to get more, more pay, more attraction and stuff like that, the WNBA is not going to have any choice but to merge with this new league, this European league. And so, what happens when they merge with that new league? I think that's going to be bad news for the for Unrivaled. Right. I think Unrivaled they're not going to be able to compete because Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 league. Although I don't know if they, like they might have some sponsors, people backing them with deep pockets, but the Unrivaled, I think, is going to be the odd man out. And I think these European leagues, because they have more to offer as far as like an international stage, I think that's what's going to cause the WNBA to grow even more. If you think about it, the WNBA right now they only got 13 teams. And they have some more teams to come, right? Let's say like if the WNBA go from 13 to 19 within the next 3 years, that's still only 19 teams, right? And so there's still, even after they get 19 teams, there's still more room for growth. So they can go up to like, I'm not sure. I think they would probably be able to take on like 5 or 6 more teams, to go from 19 to like 25. And some of those teams will probably be those European teams over there, whereas though the WNBA will be getting, like I said, that will be an international attraction. Now, it's because it's not going to be like where the WNBA is going to be able to freeze the European Pro Am League out of the market. They won't be able to do that because they already, like these big business people. Number one, they got deep pockets. Number two, they're in their home market, so it will be kind of hard to freeze them out of the European market when they're already there in that European market. The WNBA wants to get into that market and make money, and so in order to do that, they would have to merge with with their European league and bring some of those teams in with the WNBA, and so that's what I see happening. So even now, right, with what the money that's on the table, that the offer that has been made as far as the collective bargaining, let me see if I still had it, because I think the offers that have been made to these young ladies, like with the collective bargaining, I think the base salary is, if I could recall correctly, I think that base salary was $750,000, something like that. I don't know if I still have it. No, I don't have it, but I'm thinking that base salary, the offer that came from the league was like 750. No, the max was 750, and the base was, I got it wrong. But anyway, whatever they're offering now for the base salary for the WNBA, that's probably going to triple once they expand and they go international. So the WNBA is going to be like the NBA, and they're going to have more of an international market. The reason why they want to be international is because, I mean, obviously it's going to be more money. And people seem to be concerned, but like, well, a lot of people not coming to the games, and and ticket sales are down. Ticket sales did go down because Caitlin Clark, wasn't in the playoffs. They did go down, and but internationally, I think they stand to make so much more money internationally because there's only so much room in a stadium where you can hang banners for advertising. You have a limited amount of seats in these arenas, so that's not where the money at. The money is online. You can do so much. You have so much more room for advertising online than you do in a stadium or something like, or in any type of venue, right? So the money is there. The WNBA going to have to step up, not only give these young ladies that money that they deserve and want, but they're going to have to either compete with this European league or either merge with them and accept some of their teams. And it'll be the same situation as like when the NBA merged with the ABA. So what you're going to have for the next few years, you're going to have two leagues competing against each other, right? You're going to have the WNBA is going to be competing against these European leagues, this European league, and the WNBA is going to want inside. They're going to want in with that money, and so they're going to have to merge. They can't freeze them out because that's their market, Whereas though the Unrivaled, I think they will. I think Unrivaled League is just going to fall by the wayside because that, like they're trying to capture a market that already is basically being dominated by the WNBA. I know they have like the 3-on-3, but you're taking WNBA players, and that's another thing. I believe that once this agreement is signed by the WNBA and the players, these WNBA players won't be able to be like team owners or have as long as they're playing in the league, it'll be just like the NBA. You won't be able to be like have ownership in a team, in a professional team. They probably didn't foresee somebody making $70,000 or or $250,000 being able to take, half part ownership in the team. They didn't foresee that for the WNBA. So that's how Nafisa Collier and Breonna Stewart was able to get away with that and fall through the cracks. Who thought that somebody, like a WNBA player would be able to, to have ownership? So they, you know what I mean? That's big ups to Nafisa and Breonna Stewart for being able to become owners of a league, a professional league. But they're going to nip that in the bud. They're going to make it so you cannot have ownership in another league, and play in the WNBA at the same time, because it is a conflict of interest. Because if there was to be a lockout and Nafisa Collier and Breonna Stewart is representing both sides, like they're representing the WNBA Players Union, they would stand to benefit from a lockout in the WNBA. So after this, the WNBA not going, they're not going to go for this no more. So that's my take on it. I'm telling you, the WNBA is going to have to merge with that Pro-Am or whatever that league is called over in Europe. They're going to have to merge with them and bring in some of their teams. Not going to happen right away. It's probably going to happen like after about 2 or 3 years. They're going to merge and bring on some more teams. Watch what I'm saying. That's my take on it. Man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.